Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be with all of you. So, Prabhuji asked me which topic you want to speak. I suggested 2-3 topics, but Prabhuji selected this topic only. So, discuss from Bhagavatam 2nd and 3rd cantos about the creation of the universe. So, primary creation, secondary creation. Today we'll try to discuss about the primary creation, and tomorrow we'll try to discuss the secondary creation. So, now, before beginning anything, you see the title, The Primary Creation of the Universe by Lord Maha Vishnu, Vedic alternative to modern Big Bang theory. Just I would like to know about from all of you, what do you know about Big Bang theory? Whatever little you might know, you can share. So,
So you had absolute conditions, absolute pressure, temperature. There was a big bang. There was an explosion which led to the creation
explosion of what?
Explosion of mass.
What kind of mass? Infinite mass combined, infinite mass compressed in a infinitesimal point. Okay, then go ahead. Go ahead.
Infinite mass compressed at infinitesimal point, which includes pressure and temperature. It led to an explosion, which eventually broke into many small chunks of masses, led to the creation of more planets, stars, and.
When it began, how long it took?
It took some, like, I'm not sure with the number, but billions of years across billions years.
So no problem. 13.8 billion years they say. That many years back Big Bang took place. Anyone else? Okay, not only Big Bang theory but in general. What do you know or what you have heard about the creation in general? How creation took place? How it all happened?
Then the scientists suggest that there was a chemical soup, like something, then
Primordial soup.
And then the first entity was like amoeba, then amoeba said that then it started to evolve, and then gradually multicellular living beings started to come.
Okay, then?
Then I'm not sure very much about that.
बस उतना है. Anyone else? How evolution took place, how creation took place. Okay, next question. Why creation takes place? Why creation has to happen at all?
Like from scientific perspective, according to their laws of conservation, it will eventually balance. Like first there is a one individual mass that it would break to equate to the proportion of masses.
So to equate the proportion of masses, the explosion happens, the creation takes place, all these things.
Entropy. There is a concept of entropy which increases.
Okay. So it increases again, decreases. Started with 0, becomes infinite, then becomes infinitesimal. Then? Okay, now from Vedic perspective, what do you know about the creation? How it happens and why it happens? 2 questions. How it happens and why it happens? What do you know about it?
Maha Vishnu glances at the Maha Tattva, and then creation starts to take place.
Okay.
And then universes come about from the pores of the Lord's body. I'm not very
clear. Okay. Some things you have heard, just you are trying to put them in order. Fine, no problem. Anybody else? Hey, 2 लोग क्यों? बाकी लोग भी कुछ बोलो? Okay, yes.
Creation takes place as provision too. But why it takes place? Because the living entity wanted to enjoy, like Krishna.
Okay.
So Krishna gave facility to the living entities to try to enjoy to their fullest in this material world.
Fullest.
As much as It's
what was the name given to this material world by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita? Mari one way you are telling they can enjoy fullest, other way you are telling Dukkalayam. So it is both opposite. How can you enjoy in the Dukkalayam?
For rehabilitation, so that to rehabilitate.
So people are out of sane condition, so they need to be corrected. Yes, Prabhuji. So what kind of criminal act we have done so that we have been put into prison house?
Actually, in the spiritual world, we have a tendency to enjoy.
Okay.
Krishna gave us to curb this tendency.
Uh-huh.
And Prabhupada also says in a lecture, I heard from a lecture, that Prabhupada said this material world is created for enjoyment. So everybody was happy, very good. But Prabhupada said that enjoyment is for Krishna, not for us.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you for all your inputs. So we'll try to, over the next 2 classes, today and tomorrow, we try to explore these things. So we'll also understand why and how, etc., etc., and other things also. Some of the things might be interested to you. So now one thing I want to ask, how many of you are from engineering background? So all of you are studying or working? Studying. How many of you are from, some of you are making, okay, from engineering background, how many are there? Anybody from sciences? Anybody from medical? No. So, like engineering and sciences only. No? So fine, no problem. So, let's begin. This is a little technical subject, so you can stop me whenever you have some doubt. Try to pay attention. Though modern science has come up with so many theories, but Srimad Bhagavatam talks about a wholesome understanding of why things happen the way they are happening. It also explains how it is happening, but there is a logic behind why things are happening. For everything there is a logic behind. So now, all of you are doing what? Some of you are studying, some of you are doing job. So now let me know, how are you studying? For your studies, what all from what all you are taking help from? For your work also, what are the different things that are helping you? Different entities that are helping you? Not the people per se outside, but in general, from your personality only, what are the different objects that are helping you? Just think for a moment. Yes.
Books, documentations.
Not from outside, within you only. Yeah, books are there, lectures are there, teachers are there, all those things are there.
How to behave in front of people.
Okay, then what? So you behave nicely, your studies are over?
How it helps me to study that, how I react when someone talks to me.
Okay, now, again, same question. This thing might have been already spoken. When you come to ISKCON, we always say that, who am I? That particular point is always addressed. Now, keeping that in the center, now talk to me. You are the spirit soul. Then, talk to me. With what all you use to do something, whatever you are doing now?
Inquisitive mindset.
Okay, inquisitive mindset. No, for your studies and work.
In that also.
That there also you want to use inquisitive mindset, who am I and all?
It means I want to say if I want to know something, there is something inquisitiveness.
But you don't have to know always, na? मेरे पास है पानी है. It's okay.
Memory for attention. Memory for attention.
Memory, okay. Okay then? Yes.
Yeah, while studying, many things helps us.
हाँ.
For example, intelligence, our body also helps, our health also helps,
हाँ.
focus also helps.
Okay. Okay, fine, no problem. Anybody else?
It helps me to think that I will get happiness from this world.
Okay, that ambition, want to get happiness. Then? Okay, because this is the way generally we think. We always think like that, so we are trying to give points based on that. And today we are trying to change our outlook about our own personality, about this entire world. how we should be looking at this entire world. What are the instruments that are assisting us in executing any activity? It may be studies, it may be cooking, it may be deity worship, it may be walking, it may be eating, it may be doing some job or anything. Any activity that we do, what are the different set of instruments that are helping us in accomplishing this particular activity? So there is some, that's why I'm asking, there is a close connection to biology. That's why I was asking anybody from medical background, etc. But still no problem. These things are not so too technical. So now, for the subject, for coming to the matter, Bhagavatam talks about the creation in two parts. The first part is called as Sarga. That means the primary creation from Prakriti. The second part is called Visarga. There is secondary creation using the byproducts of Prakriti. So we will see what are they and all. So now there was a question asked by Vidura to Maitreya. As an answer to that question, this entire subject matter has been discussed in the Bhagavatam 3rd canto. Please speak about the creation of the universe of happiness and suffering. So all of us know this universe is made up of dualities. Good, bad, friends, enemy, happiness, suffering is there. Why it is made so? That was the question. So in order to explain why it is made so, first of all you have to explain how it is made, then why it is made. So there are two aspects. So first let us discuss about how it is made. Tomorrow we will also discuss about why it is made. Okay? The primary creation is all about Bhuta Matra Indriya Diyam Janma Sarga Udahruta Brahmano Guna Vaishamyad. The creation of the totality of matter with elements manifesting from Prakriti by Lord Vishnu's glance upon Pradhana. Now one of our friend told that the Lord glance upon Mahatattva, then everything happens. So today we'll try to understand what exactly happens, how things exactly happen. Everything from the very beginning. So Bhagavatam says this entire universe is made up of 5 tattvas. Though analytically we may go further. In science you must have read that in periodic table we have in total about 108 elements. The elements are keep on adding, it will be increasing and all. But so to say, as of now 108 are there. The 108 elements are the fundamental elements for the manifestation of the entire universe. This is the analysis as our modern science does. But Bhagavatam analyzes the entire universe in terms of 5 elements. These are very interesting and our complete focus is on these 5 things only. Dravyam karmacha kalascha swabhavo jiva evacha vasudevat paro brahman na anyat asti tattvata. In tattvata, if you want to understand, this entire universe is made up of 5 tattvas, and those 5 tattvas are non-different from Lord Vasudeva himself. So what are the 5 things? Dravyam. Dravya means Prakriti, the material nature. For us, directly when we want to say material nature means the 3 modes of material nature. Material nature has some other aspects also. But the principal aspect of material nature is 3 modes. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamaguna. All these 3 put together, it is called as Pradhana. Somebody said the primordial soup. That is Pradhana. The very source of everything. So Pradhana is like the mother. Pradhana or Prakriti is like the mother, who is the source of everything. Okay? Next, Kala. Kala, all of you know. Time factor. Here it is not only time factor, there is a time personified also. For Prakriti, Prakriti is energy. At the same time, Prakriti is also a person. Time is energy. At the same time, time is also a person. Both are there. In some time we will see who are there. Then Jiva. All of us. And every Jiva has 2 principal characteristics. One is called Swabhava, other one is called Karma. So what do you mean by karma? All of you must have been hearing about this term karma for many days and years also. What do you mean by karma?
Action.
Okay, action. So action, that's all. It is complete.
When the manifested desires of the living entities, when they are manifested, they are known as karma.
Okay. Manifested desire of living entity. How does it gets manifested?
Desire
By execution.
first the jiva desires and wants to.
Okay, desire is there. Okay, don't have to go to that much backward, but just karma. What is the translation of karma?
Karma means the previous acts that have some reactions.
Okay. Okay, fine, good.
The activities that a soul performs while being in this material world.
Okay, fine, good. So just you said you took it from the past. So you can take it from the past also, you can take the present and go ahead in the future also. Every activity that we perform has a corresponding reaction. That may be good or bad. Okay? The action plus result both combine to called karma. Whether that activity you have performed in the past, the reaction is coming now, or the activity which you are performing now, the reaction will come in the future. In any case, it is nothing but action plus result, both together are called as karma. Okay. Next, Swabhava. What do you understand Swabhava? All of you are Hindi speaking? In Hindi also there is a word called Swabhava. Swabhava matlab kya hai? Matlab kya hai?
Inbuilt character.
The individual propensities of every individual living entity.
Okay. Then? How does a person develops that kind of propensity?
In his previous lives, the kind of actions he had performed, they build up a series of samskars, that repeated activities that push on his that push him from inside to do particular activity in the next birth also.
Okay. The same thing in Bhagavad Gita 17th chapter, Lord Krishna says, Shraddho maya ayam purusha, yoyak shraddha sayevasa. What kind of shraddha we carry on, that is our Swabhava. Okay? Simple, in simple terms, our shraddha is our Swabhava. What is our value system? That is our nature. This is acquired because of the various activities in over millions of lifetime, that is fine. But as of today, our Shraddha is our Swabhava. Based on our Shraddha, we respond to the world. It is as simple as that. So karma and Swabhava belongs to Jiva. Okay, 5 things are over. Jiva's karma, Jiva's Swabhava, Kala and Dravya. Dravya is also called as Pradhana or Prakriti. These 5 things are actually causing the entire universe. So, Srila Prabhupada in the Bhagavad Gita he always talks about this entire world is made up of 2 energies. Bahiranga Shakti and Tatastha Shakti. Antaranga Shakti in the spiritual world. Material world is a combination of Bahiranga Shakti and Jiva Shakti. So, Jiva Shakti has Karma and Swabhava, and Bahiranga Shakti has Prakriti and Kala. These 2 are part of Bahiranga Shakti. So like that we should take. So now, for the purpose of creation, Lord Krishna expands as Maha Vishnu. As Maha Vishnu, he does all the creation. So how does he do creation? So Maha Vishnu was lying in the causal ocean. There is a causal ocean, Karana Sagara, which we also call it as Karana Ocean. Karana Sagara. In that Karana ocean, he was in Yoga Nidra. How long he will be in Yoga Nidra? He will be in Yoga Nidra for 100 years of Lord Brahma. 311 trillion and 40 billion years. That much time he will be in Yoga Nidra. Then there was a desire in his heart. Now it's time for creation. For creation, he needs the help of Bahiranga Shakti, who was taking rest within the body of Karnadaksha Vishnu for the same time. Because the previous annihilation of all the universes took place about 311 trillion years back. After that much sleep, now Karnadaksha Vishnu wanted to recreate again. Okay? Now, that Bhairanga Shakti which was taking rest for so long within the body of Karnadaksha Vishnu will come out. In Brahma Samhita prayers, we hear this verse. Yashvaisa Nishvasita Kala Matavalambya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadanda Nata. We hear that the universes are manifested from the skin pores of Maha Vishnu. Because Brahma Samhita is a Samhita scripture which is like a sutra form. A big thing is encoded in one line. It does not get into details. But in the Bhagavatam, we know all the details. Actually, the universes does not come from the skin pores of Maha Vishnu. What comes out of skin pores of Maha Vishnu is, out of the 5 tattvas, the first tattva was Pradhana. So Prakriti or Pradhana, that comes out of skin pores of Maha Vishnu. Okay? So where is Maha Vishnu? Pradhana Paravam Yomni Antare Virajanadi Vedanga Sweda Janita Toyai Prasravita Shubha. There is spiritual world. Paravyoma means spiritual world. And the material world is called Pradhana. In between these two, there is Virajanadi. In that Virajanadi, the Supreme Lord Mahavishnu is in Yoga Nidra. So as of now, spiritual world is there, Virajanadi is there, and Mahavishnu is there. Pradhana yet to begin. Material world is yet to create. So it is not there, but after it comes, it will be on the other side of Mahavishnu. So like that we can understand. Eko Nanatva Manvichen Yoga Talpa Samutita. As he was in Yoga Talpa, the bed of Yoga Nidra, the desire to become many manifested. Then he wanted to create. In order to assist Mahavishnu to create, so the verse I said, na, Esvaita Nishvasita, that is here. So, Prakriti came out of his skin pores. And she is standing in front of Mahavishnu. Because when somebody is manifested from Supreme Lord, they always eagerly wait for some seva. Because they have been created for some seva. So they wait for seva. That seva, the seva to be given, lo, I will do that seva. So she is waiting for the seva from the Supreme Lord. So she has got multiple names. Pradhana, Prakriti, Avyakta, Nitya, Guna, Maya. We say, na, Prabhupada says Maya, Maya, Maya. Maya means Pradhana. Maya means Prakriti. And another name of Maya is Mahakali. Who is Mahakali? Durga Devi. She is there. Dravya or Prakriti or Pradhana means Durga Devi. The first person who appeared from Mahavishnu is Durga Devi. And she is standing in front of Mahavishnu waiting for some instructions, waiting for some seva. Then Mahavishnu glances upon Durga Devi. Through that glance, Mahavishnu impregnates Durga Devi with all the different variety of living entities. This is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita 14th chapter text number 3 and also Brahma Samhita text number 8. Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharata. Prakriti is the place of impregnation. In a womb, I impregnate all the living entities at the beginning of the creation. So now, Mahavishnu, just by glancing upon Prakriti, he impregnates her with all the living entities. But he does not do it himself. When Mahavishnu glances upon Prakriti, from his glance comes the remaining 4 tattvas. What are the 4? Kala, Karma, Swabhava and Jiva. But actually there are 2 tattvas only. Because Jiva has Karma and Swabhava. If Jiva is there, his Karma and Swabhava is there. So there is one person. Second person is Kala. So Kala and Jiva, Jiva means all the Jivas. They all came out of Mahavishnu's eyes. But as they were proceeding towards Prakriti, the Kala transformed into Mahakala Purusha. कभी सुना का नाम? महाकाल, महाकाल पुरुषा, काल भैरवा. He has another name also, that is Sadashiva. So the second person appeared from Maha Vishnu is Sadashiva, not Shiva, Sadashiva. We should call him Sadashiva. There is a distinction between Shiva and Sadashiva. Who is Shiva, we will discuss tomorrow. Okay? So now Sadashiva carrying all the jivas along with him and going to Durga. The union between Sadashiva and Durga is the cause of material creation. Okay? So now Sadashiva impregnates material nature with all the living entities whom he is carrying along with him. Then Prakriti gives rise to all those ingredients that are required for the material creation. Okay, all of you are following me? Can somebody summarize what all we discussed till now? आप नहीं, आप भी नहीं, अब 2-3 लोग सामने बैठना, आप नहीं, पीछे वाला कोई भी. What did we discuss? Just 2-3 sentences you can tell. Even though it may not be exact, I will correct it, but what you have understood, explain.
Discussing what's the 5 elements of
आप हिंदी में भी बोल सकते हैं, इंग्लिश में बोलना दिक्कत है तो.
हमने अभी 5 तत्वों के बारे में डिस्कस किया है.
हाँ.
द्रव्यम, काल, स्वभाव, अंजीव
ओके ओके. आई और कोई? All of you are comfortable with English? No problem ना? सी हमने चर्चा किया था ये भौतिक सृष्टि का 5 तत्व है, 5 उपादान है, द्रव्य, काला, कर्म, स्वभाव, जीवा. और अभी महाविष्णु का मन में जब सृष्टि आरंभ करने का इच्छा जागृत हुआ था, उस समय द्रव्य माने प्रकृति उनका रोमकूप से बाहर आके उनके सामने खड़े और उनके ऊपर भगवान देखते हुए बचा हुआ 4 तत्वों को अपना दृष्टि से निकाल दिया. उसमें से काला है, कर्म, स्वभाव, जीवा. तो जीवा के साथ कर्म स्वभाव रहेगा, वो तब 3 मिलके जीव है. बचा हुआ काल. सो रास्ते में काल परिवर्तन होके महाकाल रूप धारण करके सदाशिव रूप में प्रकट हो गया था. अभी सदाशिव और प्रकृति का संगम से भौतिक जगत का सृष्टि आरंभ होता है. ओके? एनी कंफ्यूजन? हाँ.
जब भगवान महाविष्णु दृष्टि आप करते हैं,
हाँ.
तब जो काल है,
हाँ.
काल उस टाइम पे पर्सोनिफाइड ऑलरेडी होते हैं ना, या काल बाद में पर्सोनिफिकेशन?
बाद में पर्सनिफाइड होते हैं.
Also, Prabhuji, we say that Maha Vishnu is in Yoga Nidra for specific amount of period of Brahma's day, but by the time Brahma is
As of now, forget it whether Brahma's day or not. It is 311 trillion years.
okay. Okay, so we
Sometime.
comparing. Okay. Okay.
That is Brahma's lifespan actually. 100 years of Brahma's life. That much time he was in Yoga Nidra. Yes.
There is one question. You mentioned that Lord just glances over the material nature and impregnated her.
हाँ.
So what is the role of that Kal here? Either Lord directly impregnated the Jiva or Kal ke through either.
Kal ki through. Lord did not impregnate. For the act of impregnation, he just glanced upon Prakriti. But in the meantime, he did not touch Prakriti. In the meantime, the Kala Shakti which is coming out of the Mahavishnu's glances transformed into Mahakala Purusha. It is Mahakala Purusha impregnate the jivas into the womb of Prakriti. But Mahakala Purusha is the expansion of Mahavishnu himself. In that sense, it is said that Mahavishnu himself impregnates Prakriti. So both of them are seen non-different from each other. Though they are different, also non-different. Achintya, Beda, Abeda. So like that.
So truly just we are in the loop actually.
Ah.
So immediately Kal came and put us in the.
Yes, yes. So now, Maha Vishnu, when he wanted to create, Prakriti came out and he glanced upon Prakriti. Through that glance, Kala, Karma, Swabhava came. All three modes of material nature. When there are three modes and three more entities entering into it, there is a mixture of 6 entities. As a result of that, there is some disturbance in the three modes. Till now, the three modes are in equilibrium state. Now suddenly, the three modes started action. First of all, the mode of goodness gets activated. As a result of that, Prakriti produces Mahatattva. Okay? From mode of goodness, there comes Mahatattva. Then in due course of time, mode of passion gets activated. From that there comes Sutra Tattva. Then after some time, mode of ignorance gets activated. Then there comes Ahankara. From goodness, Mahatattva. From passion, Sutra Tattva. From ignorance, Ahankara. In the next slide, we will discuss what they are, how they are getting activated with an example. Now, from Ahankara, there comes all other elements, one after the other. So now let us try to understand this with an example. How many of you are interested in planting and gardening? कभी कुछ किया क्या?
तुलसी मैंने किया.
नो, तो पेड़ बनाने के बाद अब कर रहे हैं. पेड़ शुरू करने के लिए कुछ किया क्या? कभी बीज बोया क्या? So क्या होता है, कैसे, what are the sequence of events?
First, root comes, then shoot appears, and then.
Yes? Okay. There is a seed. Seed is like pradhana. And sowing the seed in the soil, it is like Mahavishnu glancing upon pradhana. So when you sow, in 1 or 2 days, a small sprout comes. The sprout eventually transforms into the root. That sprout is Mahatattva. Mahatattva is sprout, which is the root of the tree, which always remains inside the earth, which we don't see, which we will never see. It is there always. Without this root, the tree does not have any existence. It is the root which connects the tree with the earth. It is the root which sustains the tree. If there is no root, there is no tree. Okay? You understand this concept? The root is like that. It is there, but no one knows how it is there. Without it, the tree does not exist. Now, 2 days later, on top of the surface, there is a small sapling. That sapling is Sutra Tattva. Okay? Now, I'll tell you. Mahatattva means Chetana. Chetana is like the root. As long as Chetana is there, this person exists. When Chetana is not there, this person gone. It is Chetana which sustains me as long as I live. This is invisible, inconceivable energy. There is another thing. A visible, conceivable energy which also required to sustain us, which is there from the beginning of the birth till the death, till the time of death. That is called Sutra Tattva. What is that which is there with us from the point of birth till the end of death, which accompanies all of us?
Apart from consciousness.
Yes. The next one. Any thought?
Mind, energy.
No. No.
God.
Body is there, that is there, but one important thing, that always performing some action. When that action stops, we are done, we are gone. Breathing. When somebody dies, what do you say?
Not breathing.
No one tells like that, not breathing. He breathed is last, like that they say. आर उनका प्राण चले गया और वो चले गए. कौन चले गया? कोई तो चले गया जिनका रहने से उनका श्वास उच्छ्वास में चल रहा था, वो श्वास रोक गया. ओके, द सेकंड थिंग इज दैट श्वासा or breathing which accompanies us from the time of birth. That means when the child comes out of the womb of the mother, the child starts breathing. If somebody does not breathe, what the doctor will do? No, उनको उल्टा सुला के पीछे, पीठ के पीछे लात मारते हैं, तभी starts breathing. So breathing is so important. So breathing is the sapling of the tree. So जब बीज का कुछ भी बाहर आते हैं ना जमीन से, that is what we can see. That is child coming out of the womb. Then breathing starts. जब तक वो पेड़ रहेगा तब तक वो breathing चलता रहेगा. सूत तत्व means breathing. महातत्व means चेतना. Kindly remember all these things. Okay? Now, धीरे धीरे तो सूत तत्व बड़ा होके, मतलब सैपलिंग बड़ा होके ट्री का ट्रंक बनता है. Trunk is ahankara, identity. Who are you? Who are you? If somebody asks you, एक गधा जैसे बिहेव कर रहे, गुस्सा आते हैं ना, मैं गधा नहीं, मैं आदमी हूँ. If somebody calls not गधा जैसे, एक गधा इधर आ जाओ, तो बोलते गधा क्या, मैं आदमी हूँ. मेरे लिए एक नाम भी है. That is called ahankara. See, in the normal context, ahankara means pride. But this is not the pride. Ahankara means identity. The body in which we are residing, that is our identity. For this body, our parents have given some name. In this body, we have become engineer. We have become doctor. In this body, we have become husband. We have become mama, brother, father, grandfather, etc. That is our identity. As long as a jiva living in a particular body, from that body whatever identity we get, that is our ahankara. Ahankara means identity. Here ahankara is not pride. It is simply identity. As of now, some of you are students. Some of you are employees of so and so company. That is your identity. After you get married, you are the husband of so and so. After you beget children, you are the father of so and so. So like that, the identities will keep evolving over the time period. That is due to ahankara. A tree remains a tree as long as the trunk is there. Have you ever seen a tree without a trunk? The trunk is that important. For us also, identity is very important. Now, from this trunk, there comes multiple branches. There are specifically 3 branches are there. Sattva-guna branch, Rajoguna branch, Tamoguna branch. From Sattva-guna branch, there comes mind. The Sattva-guna maintains, nourishes. Similarly, mind maintains and nourishes. It is the mind which tells, अभी ये करो, अभी सो जाओ, अभी उठ जाओ, अभी चांटिंग करो, अभी प्रसादम लो, अभी ऑफिस जाओ. ये सब माइंड सेस. Mind job is do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Sankalpa, Vikalpa. Are you getting?
Yes.
I am trying to explain what are these each element and what is their roles and responsibilities. Okay? Mind actually nourishes and maintains us by telling what to do. And then intelligence, that's Rajasika Ahankara. From this, 2 elements come. One is prana, other one is buddhi. Buddhi tells how to do. Mind tells what to do. Buddhi tells how to do. So prasad lo, bhook lag raha hai. But how to take prasad? Go to prasadam hall, put a mat, take the plate, sit in the line, take the vessel, serve everyone, chant prasadam prayers, then hand out prasadam. The systematic procedure. That is the work of buddhi. Buddhi tells how to do. And doing the activity, like putting the mats, putting the plates, taking the vessel and serving, chanting prasadam prayers. This is the activity done by prana. There are 10 pranas which are energizing our 5 karmendriyas. We have in total 5 karmendriyas. Whatever activity that we do, every activity is accomplished by these 5 karmendriyas only. Our hands, legs, mouth, genital and anus. Okay? In prasadam serving, simple. Your legs are walking here and there. Your hands are holding vessels and putting the plates, putting the mats, serving, eating also they are doing in mouth. These are the basic things which are activated under the supervision of prana. And while doing all these things, whether things are happening properly or not, buddhi analyzes. How buddhi analyzes? Whether mats are kept properly or not. Our eyes are seeing whether mats are in the 2 serial lines properly or not. If they are not proper, and buddhi will tell, hey prana, अच्छे से करो उनको, अच्छे से बोलो. It is like 2 managers and 10 servants. Prana will have 5 servants, 5 karmendriyas. Buddhi will have 5 jnanendriyas. These 5 jnanendriyas will tell. So somebody else is doing wrong, eyes observe. Somebody else is saying something, ears hear and tell. So there is a prasadam, you smell, is it good or not? It is spoiled or not spoiled, you will understand. With the help of 5 jnanendriyas, we understand the information about the objects that are in front of us. With eyes we see, with ears we hear, with nose we smell, with tongue we taste, with skin we touch. Whether prasadam is warm or cold, smelling good or smelling rotten. And what is the opinion of other devotees, what they are saying, today prasadam is very nice, in the prasadam salt is less, spice is more. So we analyze. All this information is received by the 5 jnanendriyas and buddhi will analyze and also respond what should be the corrective action. If there is some problem, understand and tell the solution. Then prana gets activated. If salt is less, go and mix the salt and make it normal. From external point of view, we do all these activities as a casually. But internally, inside our body, how things are happening? With the coordination of all these personalities. These are all different instruments that are helping us do all these things. But in order to do all these things, we need to have the body. This body is made up of 5 Panchamahabhutas. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. That is from Tamasic Ahankara they came. And these 5 Panchamahabhutas have 5 properties. The ether has sound, air as touch, fire as form, water as taste, earth as fragrance. So like this, in total 24 elements are produced. 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, mind, intelligence, 5 Panchamahabhutas, and 5 qualities of the Panchamahabhutas, Ahankara, Mahatattva. Like this 24 elements are created. In addition to this, there are 2 more elements. One is Sutatattva and is Prana. Even though they are there, they are not counted as a separate element. These 2 are considered part of Vayu. One of the Panchamahabhutas Vayu is there, and these 2 are also considered to be part of Vayu. That's why they did not have any independent existence. So in total we say 24 elements.
Can you repeat this from
24? Mahatattva, Ahankara, mind, intelligence, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, 5 Panchamahabhutas, and 5 Tanmatras, are 5 sense objects of the 5 Panchamahabhutas. Now, while these elements and senses are getting manifested, their respective devatas also appeared. When Mahatattva appeared, along with Mahatattva, Kshuradakshaya Vishnu and Brahma as Gunavatara, both of them manifested. When Sutatattva appeared, Vayu appeared. When Ahankara appeared, Rudra appeared. The Sadashiva, who is outside the universe, he expands into 11 Rudras and he appears along with Ahankara. Because Ahankara, the in charge of Ahankara is Rudra. The Shiva we say, na? Shiva is Rudra. He manifests along with Ahankara. So like this. And also, when these 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas appeared, along with them, 10 Devatas also appear. So like this, the different Devatas are appearing. When Buddhi appeared, Brahma as Jiva appeared. When mind appeared, mind's deity, Soma appeared. So the list is here. You can see here. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Their 5 properties and the 5 Jnanendriyas from which we get these 5 information and their respective Devatas. Ashwini Kumaras, Varuna, Sun, Vayu, Dig Devata, direction Devatas. 5 Karmendriyas, their respective Devatas. And 4 Antakaranas, Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana, their respective Devatas. One simple example. Now, I am sitting in front of you. All of you are able to see me. Okay? And all of you are able to see the slides also. How are you able to see? By whose help? One is eyes. Second? Light. As of now, light. If it is outside, it will be sunlight. Inside, some form of light source. As long as this light is there, we will be able to see. Otherwise, we cannot see. So that's how the sun god is helping us to see something. Our vision is under the supervision of sun god. How? Like this. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a Prabhupada always says that, Srila Prabhupada always says, we have a gross body and we have a subtle body. By what the gross body is made up of?
5 gross elements.
What are they?
Earth, air, water, fire.
Huh?
Earth, air, water, fire, ether.
Okay. Subtle body?
Mind, intelligence, ego.
Now, I will add something more to it. Subtle body is made up of 14 elements. The 5 Tanmatras, 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas and 4 Antakaranas. These 14 combined together form our subtle body. Subtle body includes 5 Jnanendriyas also, 5 Karmendriyas also, and 4 subtlest elements.
Subtle body, 14.
14 elements. See, 1 second. These 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas are called as Bahya Karnas. They interact with the external world. And Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana are inside the heart. They don't interact with the external world. They interact with other parts of the body. That's why they are called as Antaha Karanas. Karana means sense. Antaha means inside. Bahya means outside. Those senses which interact with the outside world are called Bahya Karanas. They are Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas. Those senses which are inside the body and interact with inside the elements of the body, they are called Antakaranas. And these 14 senses put together are called subtle body. Now all of you might be having a doubt. You are telling the eyes, skin, ears, tongue, nostrils, nostril, eye, nostril, ears, tongue, skin, these are all grass only. इसमें subtlety कहाँ है? You might have a question. Now, simple example. Eyeball is here. Okay? Heart is here. In the heart, we have buddhi. Okay? So now, right now, I am seeing that in front of me there is a camera. whatever image I see, the image of this camera and all of you is reflected on my retina, and that information will be transported to my heart. Where buddhi is there, it is buddhi which analyzes, which tells, okay, in front of you the camera is there, and some 20 students are there, and behind them there is the altar, and wonderful Gaurnitaiji is there. This is the work of buddhi. Okay? Now, the entity that transports this information from this eyeball to the heart, that is called Jnanendriya. It is a subtle object. It is not a gross thing. From modern science, we may hear that there is a veins, there is a neural network which is connecting our eyeball to the brain. In the brain, some neural reactions are happening. Okay? As a result of that, the neural network analyzing what is there, and we understand what kind of image, what kind of color, what kind of complexion, what is the dimensions, everything we understand because of the neural correlates. Like that, the modern science analyzes. But according to Bhagavatam, the transporting mechanism from the eye till the heart is called Jnanendriya eye. In Sanskrit, these two have different names. In Sanskrit, this eyeball, which is made up of flesh, is called as Akshani. Akshni. That which is transporting the message from here to here, that is called Chakshu. Chakshu is subtle, that is Jnanendriya. Akshni is grass, that is part of the grass body. If my eyes are not proper, I can exchange from you. The grass body can be exchanged. Subtle body can never be exchanged. Tongue. This fleshy tongue is there, na? That is grass. That is part of the grass body. Okay, that is called talu in Sanskrit. The taste which is transported from the tongue to the heart, the transporting mechanism is jihva. That is Jnanendriya. Now for Karmendriya. This is my arm. Arm, it is completely grass only. It has got wrist, 5 fingers, and this one, everything is there. It is a grass only. But it has got some ability. It can lift, it can give, it can take. Adan Pradan karne ka ability hai na? That is called Karmendriya.
So modern science is referring that as veins and muscles.
Still, veins and muscles are also part of grass body only. Because that is also grass thing. But beyond that, that ability to do this activity, that is called Karmendriya arm. And legs. See, this hand can be there. At some point of time, this hand may not have any ability also. That is called paralysis. Even a paralyzed person also might have the hands and legs. But they don't have the ability to walk or ability to give and take. That means their karmendriyas are stopped functioning. Only grass body is there. The grass hand is there, grass leg is there. But there is no ability, means that particular karmendriya stopped functioning. So like that. So this is the way Bhagavatam explains what do you mean by Jnanendriya and what do you mean by Karmendriya. Now, some of you must have heard about something called as out of body experience. So what is out of body experience?
In the body you are lying, but you can see all the things from a higher perspective.
Where it happens, how it happens, when it happens. थोड़ा background दो अच्छे से.
Many researches have been conducted basically in USA or America, where the people having in the body itself, they see all the things from a higher perspective, seeing that body is there, somebody is coming, somebody is going, something happening. From a higher perspective, they see that all this.
So who is seeing?
That mentioned soul, it's something which is beyond the body.
Okay.
Usually happens when we sleep. So when we have a third person view of this body, as it is like looking at this gross body with eyes, but from outside the body, like imagining our own body, how it looks within ourselves, but actually we are out of the body and we are seeing the body through the Gyanendriya.
Basically, it is the subtle body which comes out of the gross body and observes the gross body which is lying on the bed. That is called out of body experience. So the subtle body along with the soul came out of the gross body and seeing what's happening with the gross body. That is called body experience. And same way, when we die, we leave behind this gross body and we go to the womb of some other mother with our subtle body. We carry forward our mind, intelligence, ahankara, chetana, and also 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, and 10 pranas along with us and enter into the womb of a new mother. That is called death. We only leave behind the gross body. The subtle body will go along with us. That's how we need to understand how gross body is different from subtle body. Yes.
जैसे आपने बताया कि मतलब हमारी सटल बॉडी में हमारी ईयर्स, आईज, टंग ये सब कुछ होता है, तो फिर मतलब हमारे साथ ये चीज़ पास ऑन भी होती है। हमारे साथ साथ जैसे हमारे माइंड, इंटेलिजेंस, पॉलिसी को पास ऑन होते हैं हमारी आत्मा के साथ।
Yes.
जैसे ये चीज़ें पास ऑन होती है।
Yes.
तो फिर अगर जैसे मेरा, जैसे अगर मान लेते हैं कि अगर मेरा हाथ कट गया, तो मतलब फिर भी मैं अपना हाथ चला सकता हूँ सटल बॉडी के हिसाब से।
हाँ, आपके पास एबिलिटी है, बट आपके पास वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है ही नहीं। आप चला सकते, बट चलाने के लिए वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है नहीं, क्या चलाएंगे? देयर इज अ रिसर्च गोइंग ऑन दैट इज कॉल्ड limb organs. Even though organ is not there, somebody because of accident this part of the arm is cut, but this person has the sensation of lifting and moving up and down. That sensation will be experienced, though actual limb is not there because subtle body is under action. So it's like that.
जैसे मैं, मेरी बॉडी है, अगर ना मेरी सटल बॉडी में मेरी आइज काम नहीं कर रही है, तो मैं अगर जिसमें अगर मैंने ये बॉडी छोड़ के मैं दूसरे में पास ऑन हुआ, तो उसमें भी मेरे पास आइज नहीं होंगी।
हाँ, आइज नहीं होगा. If your karma, as per your karma, if you are not supposed to have eyes for 2-3 lifetimes, then the next life also you will not have eyes. For that much long time, your karmendriya has been disabled as a result of some bad karma in the previous life.
It's all random.
हाँ, depends on karma. Okay? हाँ, quick.
So actually ऐसा होता है कि someone, it was a smart, I thought it was a smart question. कि someone asked कि my hand is now cut. So my hand is cut from this part. So why is it still paining? So this can be answered with this logic that actually the karmendriya is there that you cannot see. It is trying to move, but it is not getting any output to move. So it is still paining.
Yes.
Because the question was, if the hand is cut, where it will pain? If the hand is cut, then where it will pain? So pain is there because the Gyanendriya is still there, Karmendriya is still there. That is why pain.
Yes. Okay. So as all of you might be hearing this for the first time, it may be looking very new for you, but just try to pay attention. As you discuss more and more, this understanding becomes yours. It may not become yours at the very first go, but this is how Bhagavatam explains. Basically, the 24 elements which are created from Prakriti are nothing but forming our body. The same 24 elements also form the entire universe. So, in the universe, there are so many activities are happening, but nothing but the activities of these 14 senses only. Every activity that is happening in the entire universe is nothing but the activity of these 14 senses. For example, to run this base, what are the different things that are required for you to manage this base? Any idea who is the base in charge? What are the different segments that are required for the running of the base? Okay. That is also required. So we have deities are there. There is a department required for deity worship, to take care of the deities. There is a department required for the kitchen. Okay? There is a department required for the housekeeping of the entire area. There is a department required for the prasadam serving. So like that we need various departments. In the temple also we need many more departments. So like this, for running this body, we have 14 departments. Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana and 5 Jnanendriya, 5 Karmendriyas. These are the 14 principal departments with which this body is running. With those 14 departments only the entire universe is running. Because you are 14 departments of that, every activity is happening. This entire universe is not running because of the 14 departments. Nothing more than that. This is the universe. This is our individual personality. And these 14 are our instruments. With the help of these 14, we are performing all the activities. There is one shloka in the Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna says in 3rd chapter, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. Ahankara vimudatma karta aham iti mannete. Right now what am I doing? What am I doing? I am speaking. If I say I am speaking, I am a Ahankari, I am a pride fellow. But actually I am not speaking. Here I means Atma. Atma is not speaking. The mouth is the instrument which is speaking. It is the mouth which has the ability to speak. So it is speaking. Hands are moving up and down. The legs are going forward and right and left, front. Eyes are seeing. Ears are hearing. Nose is smelling. The skin is experiencing coolness or hot and heat. It is the senses which are actually performing their respective activities. A person in knowledge always says that I am a witness. The things are done by the senses. A person in ignorance, he says that I am doing. Actually, he is not doing anything. The things done by 14 different people. He is claiming that I am the doer. That is our condition now. One who understands this creation knowledge, that person should never ever have any right to say that it is I am the engineer, it is I am the doctor, I am this, I am that, not that. The Lord has given us 14 servants. And these 14 servants are doing their jobs expertly. And they are giving you all the credit. As if you are doing all these things. If one of the servants stops functioning, what will happen to us? If the eyes stop functioning, we can't imagine. And if Buddhi stops functioning, that's all. We become mad. That is what it is. We are completely dependent upon these 14 personalities. Yet, we never recognize their contribution. That is our unfortunate condition. Do you understand now? Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. All the activities are being done by the 3 modes of material nature. That means the 3 modes which expanded in the form of 24 elements, it is the 24 elements are performing all these activities. Not we. We are not doing anything. Atma is simply a witness. It's like that.
Said that where we have 14 servants. So, is it actually true that we are in control of them, or are they controlling us?
Good question. We will discuss. Few minutes later I will tell you answer. Now, for example, right now, see, there is an understanding of how these functions, how all these things are coordinating with each other. Right now, all of us are awake. All our senses are in action. When we sleep, there are 2 things are happening. Sometimes in the sleep, we may go through some dream. Sometimes in the sleep, we are in deep sleep. Throughout the day when we are awake, that is called Jagruta. When we get a dream in the night time, that is called Swapna. When we are in deep sleep, that is called Sushupti. Sushupti, deep sleep. So in Jagruta state, all our 14 senses are in action. Our body is in action. When we go to sleep, the first state is dream. In the dream, what happens? Our gross body is sleeping. The five jnanis are sleeping. Eyes don't see anything. Ears don't hear. At least for the time being. The jnanis are not doing anything. The karmendras are also not doing anything. But in the dream, the mind had created a new gross body for us. This gross body is lying there only. But in the mind, in a dream, I suddenly become a bird. And I am flying from one mountain to other mountain. There, I am identifying myself with that bird. That bird has a different gross body. That mind had a different gross senses, different subtle senses. But what is common between that bird and me? The mind is common, the intelligence is common, the Ahankara is common, the Chetana is common. Because I identify it is me only as a bird flying. I don't see somebody else, some other living entity bird is flying. I see myself flying. That means I identify myself with that. That means the Ahankara is same, mind is same, intelligence is same, Chetana is same. Okay, these elements are still in action. The mind is going through experience and all. Okay? This is what happens in the dream. But when we enter into deep sleep, even that is also forgotten. In deep sleep, we forget who we are. There is no identity ourselves that I am so and so. Because in the deep sleep, we completely lost our identity. How, when you go to deep sleep, what happens? You just slept and immediately got up. It is as if a moment. Yes or no? That means about 6 long hours, you completely lost track of it. That means we have completely forgot who we are. But 2 things are happening. One is, breathing is going on without your noticing. Second thing is, you are still alive. Your Chetana is still intact. That means, our Chetana and breathing are still alive. But mind, intelligence, Ahankara are sleeping. They have forgotten their track. In the dream, the mind, intelligence and Ahankara are active, but the senses are sleeping. In the daytime, the senses are also active. So this is like gradation of all these things. Now, how you come from deep sleep to waking state? For example, right now, you turn off all the lights, you are sleeping in this room. Okay, not in this room. You are sleeping down room. There is a separate room. And it is already 4:30 or 5 o'clock. What time is the Mangalarti here?
6:45.
For example, if it is done. No, not 6:45. The very first thing, whatever you do here, what time?
Attendance is
4:15. Assume that 4:15 is the Mangalarti and Shanka will blow. Council will blow, like temple. Because the other things we are doing at 6:30, but whatever. 4:30 is Mangalarti. So some of you are sleeping down and some of you already got up and doing Mangalarti. When they blow Shanka, the person who is sleeping, first, when I hear a sound, first it is registered by Chitta as a simple awareness. We are in deep sleep. Only Chetana is active. The breathing is going on, Chetana is still active. It is Chetana which notices that some conch shell is blown. Basically, it notices some sound is coming. Then Buddhi will tell which sound is that. If it is the sound of the conch shell, it will tell this conch shell sound. It is some sound from kitchen, the Buddhi will tell some sound from kitchen. If it is some sound coming from the horn sound of the vehicle, the Buddhi will tell it is horn sound. If at all it is conch shell sound and you are a base inmate, then the mind will develop a desire or hatred for the sound. If it is conch shell sound, there may be a positive desire. If it is a vehicle sound, there may be hatred. Hey, उनको बोलो बंद करने के लिए क्या आवाज कर रहे बार बार, डिस्टर्ब क्यों कर रहे हैं? Something like that. If at all, if it is the conch shell sound, the mind ears, allows to hear continuously. If it is some other sound, the mind says close the ears, don't hear, disturbance. Then Ahankara says, hey beta, उठो, time हो गया, 4:30 हो गया, अभी मंगलारती चालू हो गया, उठो. So Ahankara will tell that If this sound is related to me, what I am supposed to do the next? Ahankara will dictate. Abhi karo, utho, उठ जाओ, स्नान करो, फिर टेम्पल में जाओ, 10 मिनट में जाओ. Something like that. And then Ahankara will tell the subordinate, hey mind, बहुत सुन लिया, अभी चलो काम करा दो. So mind will tell the pranas to get up and fold the bedding and then go and take bath, brush and take bath and wear the new clothes and apply tilak and come to run to temple hall. Something like that. This is how things happen. How we respond to a particular thing. Not only for this sound but anything. This is how, this is a particular loop. It takes care. Of course, when we are in deep sleep, the first element getting activated is Chetana. But normally we are awake, all are already action, but we respond accordingly. So in that way. This is how all these elements are helping each other. So now, Prabhuji just asked one simple question. See here. Any object in front of us will have 5 tanmatras. Every object, every person is an embodiment of these 5 tanmatras. They have a form, they make some sound, they produce some odor, and they have some sensation of touch. When I touch, there is a warmth or a cold, smoothness or harshness. Something will be there. And also there is some taste. If it is an eatable object, when I eat, there is a taste also. Okay? So how do I experience them? Now, Gaurnitai deities are there. They have a particular form. A beautiful dressing is being done. How will I be able to see? The form of Gaurnitai will reflect on my eyeballs only when there is light in between. When there is no light, I can't see. Even though I may be here, if I turn off the light, can I see them? No. I am able to see only because of the light source. The light is acting as the, here fire or light is acting as the via medium. Then the information falls on my eyeballs. From eyeball to my heart, how it goes? Through my Jnanendriya. Okay? I have 5 Jnanendriyas. So the Jnanendriyas are transporting the information from eyeball to the heart. In the heart, I have Buddhi. And a Buddhi will analyze. And Buddhi will tell what I am seeing. I am seeing Gaurnitai is Pagdi and dressing. I am also seeing Krishna Balram and Radha Radhika Raman and Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, Panchatattva, Narasimha. It is Buddhi will tell what is that you are seeing. This is the way all senses are in coordination with each other, performing various activities. So normally, this is the chronology of events that is happening. You see there. We have the gross body, which is called Kshetra, the field of activities, which interacts with the external world. With the help of this gross body only, we are interacting with the external world. When we see the external world which is in front of us, we get all the information from 5 Jnanendriyas. The 5 Jnanas are getting information from the external world. And it is Buddhi which analyzes the information that we receive from these 5 senses. And Buddhi will tell what are we seeing, what are we eating, what are we touching, what are we hearing, what are we smelling. All this information of the external world is acquired from the 5 Jnanendriyas. It is analyzed by the Buddhi. Then, whatever experience is there, by hearing, by seeing, by smelling, by touching, it is stored by the mind. That experience is stored in the mind. Mind is basically a storehouse. Whether it may be good experience or bad experience. It is Ahankara who is the experiencer. As of now, because I am a human being. People go on for vacation. Why? They want to have some sightseeing. That's why they go. Because they think that they are enjoyer, they want to enjoy by looking at some beautiful scenic sights. So Ahankara is enjoying. So now, when Ahankara likes something, it says, I want more. When Ahankara dislikes something, it says, I don't want. So Ahankara will tell, he subordinate the mind, whether I want or I don't want. Then mind will give orders to pranas. So Ahankar ke liye aur thoda chahiye. Prasad mein there is gulab jamun. Aur gulab jamun chahiye. What is the next action? If you want more gulab jamun, what is the next action? No, not like that. Prabhuji, please, can I get one more gulab jamun? So what are we doing? we are employing the mouth to speak out some words. So that devotee will tell, no, you only come here. Then we get up, we walk, we hold the plate in our hand, and we keep the plate in front of them. They put one gulab jamun in our plate. So there is a coordination between the mind, the mouth, hands and legs. The karmendriyas are doing some activity to get one extra gulab jamun, which is desired by the ahankara, which is ordered by mind. So like this, we interact and perform all the activities. All this is happening internally. We may not be aware how the 5 jnanajas and 5 karmendriyas are interacting with each other and accomplishing each and every activity. So, of course, both okay. Normally, there is the external world. We have a gross body. Inside we have a subtle body. That subtle body, with the help of this gross body, interacting with the external world. Okay? Then, there is something called as I. I am also there. If everything is done by subtle body, where am I? How am I connected to? Because it is ahankara experiencing, mind is storing, intelligence is analyzing, and prana is activating, the senses are, karmendriyas are working, jnanas are getting knowledge. But where am I? How am I connected to all these phenomena? The soul is there. The soul is getting connected to this subtle body with a connection via medium known as chitta. The external world, the gross body and subtle body, all these things are made up of 3 modes: sattva guna, rajo guna, tama guna. The spirit soul is made up of Satchitananda. It has nothing to do with 3 modes. When something spiritual has to interact with something material, how it can interact? Because both are entirely different. There should be a via medium which has spiritual qualities, which also has some material qualities, which will act like the connection medium between the 2 different entities. That is Chetana. It is Chetana which connects our material body with the spirit soul. In one sense, both intelligence and Chetana are doing the same function, making aware of something that is happening around us. So till now, we were talking about 24 elements. Ahankara, Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana, 5 jnanajas, 5 karmendriyas, and also the 5 tanmatras, 5 panchamahabhutas. This entire world is made up of same 24 elements. Our body is also made up of 24 elements. Everything is there. In addition to these 24, we have 4 more other superior things. What were the original 5 tattvas of the entire universe? Dravya, Kala, Karma, Svabhava and Jiva. Okay, they are there. In Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada says in the introduction, what are the 5 topics that are discussed in the Bhagavad Gita? Okay. Now also we are discussing. There is Maha Vishnu, is Ishvara. There is Prakriti, and there is Kala. There is Jiva. Jiva has Karma and Svabhava, that is there. It is Prakriti which expands herself into 24 elements. There are 24 elements. In addition to that, we have Prakriti, we have Kala, we have Jiva, and we have Maha Vishnu. That is Ishvara. So in total, there are 28 elements. Okay? With Buddhi, we try to understand everything that is happening in the 3 modes in the material world. With Chetana, we try to understand everything that is happening in relation to Prakriti, Kala, Jiva and Ishvara. Little technical, just try to understand. We have intelligence. We say, normally we say that we have material intelligence with spiritual intelligence. So I am trying to distinguish and separate them in terms of Buddhi and Chetana. It is by Buddhi we try to analyze the material world and we try to do material activities. Everything related to this material world is being done by the Buddhi. But all of us, somehow or other, coming in contact with some devotees, started doing some spiritual activities. So what are we trying to know here in this place? Every day we have morning program, eating prasadam, and also occasionally some classes and going to temple, attending temple programs. Why are we doing all these things? Why are we doing all these spiritual activities?
Connect with the
Uplift Chaitanya.
Huh?
Uplift consciousness.
How are you uplifting your consciousness?
By connecting with spirituality, by connecting with spiritual elements.
What do you mean by connecting with spiritual elements? You are going in the right direction, but what do you mean by connecting with spiritual elements?
By indulging in activities, जहाँ पे भगवान की सेवा उसके अंदर activities में indulge होना.
Why are you indulging in seva? Why are you doing seva?
ताकि भगवान की कृपा हो उन पर.
Why you want kurpa?
so that we get
हम वो लोग जा सकें.
No, okay. That is also not proper question. The proper question is, when you start doing seva, आप सेवा कर रहे हैं, बट सेवा करने का इच्छा कैसे जागृत हो गया?
because there is some connection.
What connection?
So,
Maybe re-establish a lost relationship.
It is not completely re-established, but when you became aware of Supreme Lord, when you learn something about the Lord, the moment you start learning about Ishvara, Jiva, okay, Prakriti and Kala, you start devotional activities. Otherwise, if you are only told that you are simply an engineer and you are not Jivatma, you will be doing only engineering activities. Whatever job activities you are supposed to do, you will be doing. In the home, you are the son of some parents, you will be the husband of some wife, you will be father of some children. In relation to that entity, you will be doing activities. उसके अलावा आप कुछ नहीं करेंगे. But having come in the association of devotees, we are trying to understand that I am a spirit soul, and the spirit soul is a part and parcel of Supreme Lord. That Supreme Lord is Krishna. Okay? And it is his Bairanga Shakti is called Prakriti. It is the energy called time, is controlling the entire world, everything is happening like that. All this understanding, when we get, we start serving the deities and devotees. That will begin only when we understand about these four things. It is not that people do not know all these things, but people may hear, outside people also hearing about all these things. They also hear about Krishna, Rama and all, but they don't have this desire to serve. Just hearing does not help. One need to understand about what they are. That understanding will be possible when Chaitana becomes active. Intelligence can make us understand the material subject matters. It is Chaitana which makes us understand the spiritual subject matters. That's why in the morning program, every day, we read Chaitanya Shishtastakam. What was the first line? What do you mean by Cheto Darpana Marjanam?
The mirror of the heart should be
Okay.
the
Cheta means Chetana. Now the Chetana is covered by so much dust. It has become inactive. When you remove the dust, the Chetana becomes active. By our hearing and reading and eating prasadam and being associated with devotees and all, we are slowly activating Chetana. So that Chetana can do its action of helping us understand the spiritual subject matters about Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala. When we understand these four things, we start performing devotional activities such as chanting Harinam, eating Krishna Prasad, and also other things. They are all correlated. The more we understand, the more we do, the more we do, the more we understand, like interdependent. But basically one simple point is that it is Chetana which has got some element of spirituality, in the sense the spiritual nature, and some element of the material nature also. That's why it is acting as the intermediate connection between the material body and the spirit soul. Only Chetana can help us understand the spiritual subject matters. Otherwise our buddhi only can help us understand the material subject matter. That's why by all our devotional practices, we are actually activating the dormant Chetana. Otherwise, till now the Chetana was in sleeping state only. We are trying to awaken the Chetana so that Chetana can help us understand spiritual subjects, so that we can become close to Supreme Lord. The more we understand about the Supreme Lord, the more we become close to Him. So it is like that. For that, the more we activate our Chetana, the more Chetana becomes strong, we become oriented towards spiritual lifestyle. The more Chetana is weak, the more Ahankara is strong. We are more oriented towards material activities. If somebody says, I am engineer, but Chetana says, Baba, you are a devotee of Krishna. Jivera Sarupai, Krishna Nirtidas. Here two things are there. I am engineer, I am Krishna Das. Who is stronger, that will prevail. So whom you want to make strong? You want to make Chetana strong or you want to make Ahankara strong? So if you want to make Chetana strong, we have to do those activities which makes Chetana strong. If we want to make Ahankara strong, you stop doing spiritual activities. Anyway, Ahankara is already strong. So like that. That is our bhakti is all about. Our bhakti is all about reawakening the dormant Chetana, so that we will be able to understand about our true identity and also the true identity of the Supreme Lord. That is the necessity of spiritual life. Otherwise, we continue to live with this identity that I am engineer, I am husband, I am father, I am grandfather, I am dead. In the next life, again I am something, again we die, again we are something, it will go on. If we want to stop that cycle of perpetual cycle of birth and death, we need to awaken our Chetana and start acquiring spiritual knowledge and doing all the spiritual activities. As a result of that, we re-establish our last connection with Supreme Lord. We reinstate ourselves in our original position. So like that. So this is the necessity of spiritual life. Any questions?
So first of all, thank you so much. So I have three four questions. So first, in the beginning you mentioned about that Jiva, Swabhava and Karma. These things were imbibed in this material world. So my question is this: probably, how can a Jiva have a Swabhava, pre-karma, when the karma or Swabhava will be created when we are in this material world? We start doing some activities, we are doing some activities that having some reaction. So how can the two Swabhava and karma be
When Jiva comes for the first time into this universe, the karma and Swabhava are zero. But while Jiva is here, start doing the activities, so develops karma and also starts interacting with the people, develops Swabhava. That is over a period of time it is been made. But when the Jiva first time it came into the material world, it was zero, both are zero only. But now we did not come just now. We are there for many lifetimes in the past in this world. If somebody who is very first time they came, their karma and zero and their Swabhava will be zero. They will be like pure souls. There will be no contamination, we can see them. But by interacting with the people, by performing other activities, they develop karma and Swabhava.
So that means that karma and Swabhava, I can say that buckets, they will be filled up in the near future. Okay.
Yeah. They were getting filled in the past and they are getting filled even now also. But for the first time when somebody comes, so for him, he starts filling them now onwards.
And you mentioned about that subtle body of 14 elements, and in which you mentioned 10 senses also, Karmendriya, Jnana, but what if these 10 senses are, you can say, the part of our subtle, gross body?
No. That's what we discussed, na? In the gross body, we have eyeball. The instrument, that mechanism which transfer this information from the eyeball to the heart, that is subtle body.
Flash and
That is subtle body. That subtle body is what comes out of the body and has the experience of outer body experience. That is which is leaving this gross body and going into new mother's womb and getting new gross body.
So here 10 senses are I can say, the other aspect of the senses.
Normally when we say senses means the eyes. But eyes has got two components. One is gross eye, the subtle eye. Tongue, gross tongue and subtle tongue. Nostril, gross nostril, subtle nostril. The subtle nostril is called Jnanendriya. The gross nostril is part of the gross body. When this nostril got cut, we can do plastic surgery. But the ability to get the sensation from here to the heart, if that is lost, we can't smell. Just like one may be having eyeball, but one cannot see. So we may say the retina gone bad. But actually not retina gone bad, the actual mechanism only gone bad, that is disabled because of some past karma.
In the deep sleep. So my question is, when we are like put in this material world, so we are in the deep sleep state, means we forget completely our relationship with God. Gradually we will be reviving in that situation where we believe.
That is not exactly deep sleep, that is a different factor that we will discuss little later. Maybe tomorrow morning we will discuss about that. Yeah, you have some question?
Yes, Prabhuji, when in starting the Jiva is pure soul, Karma is zero, Bhava is zero, then also he will come to material world. Then ideally it should be like material world. He won't be destined for material world if it's pure soul.
Okay.
What is it like? Still why he will be coming to material if Karma is zero, so Bhava is zero?
See, exactly we don't know, but I'll tell you some simple small story. This is kind of adapted from Gopakumara's story. When Gopakumara goes back to spiritual world, everyone receives him. Like in our Brahmachari ashram in the initial years, Gauranga Prabhu, all of you know? Gaur Gopal Prabhu, okay? Govind Prabhu. These three used to go to West. Every year, 2 months they would go to West America and they would come back, and the entire ashram will sit next to them and they would be explaining where all he went, what all programs he conducted, with whom he met, what are some experiences, if they happen to meet Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanasa Maharaj, all those they share. So basically, when a person goes to some place which we don't have access normally, when they come back, they share their experience. Similarly, Gopakumara came to this material world, traveled all the 14 planetary systems, now we went back to spiritual world. He is sharing his experience. What all he did in the material world. मैं इंद्र बना था, मैं चंद्र बना था, मैं राजा बना, मैं ये बना, वो बना, like that. What all he did while he was in the universe, he told. आपको पता है क्या? यहाँ पर ऐसा था, यहाँ पे बहुत बड़ा पहाड़ था, बहुत बड़ा फॉरेस्ट था, ये था, वो था. He will tell about all those things that he has seen in the entire world. There. So there is a big assembly, like I just came from the material world, I am explaining to you all about the material world. So all of you here, okay. So 99% are not disturbed by that. But some 10% people, they are fascinated. ऐसा है क्या? वहाँ पे ऐसा फॉरेस्ट था, ऐसा महल था, आप इंद्रा बनकर इतना लड़ाई किया, इतना फाइट किया, ये किया, वो किया. यहाँ पे तो लाइफ तो बोरिंग लग रहा है, वहाँ पे एक्साइट लग रहा है. So let me also kind of go and have a visit. A curiosity will produce. As a result of that, he will go and ask Krishna, Sir, I want to go and just go on for a excursion and come back. He says, so if you go there, आप खो जाएंगे, मत जाओ. He says, no, I want to go. Lord again says, no, don't go. He says, no, I want to go. It's like small kid when goes along with mother on the roadside, they see ice cream shop. So what the small kid will say? I want ice cream. So mother says, no, if you eat that you will get cold. But small boy says, I want now. So mother says, no. The child will fall on the ground and hitting the legs and hands. I want. You will be crying, you will be create a big scene. Just to stop the child, what mother will do? Take one ice cream and give the child. Same way, to stop such curious jiva, jana chahte jao. Then the jiva comes here out of curiosity. But when they come here, things will change. वो खो जाते हैं, भूल जाते हैं मैं कौन हूँ, मैं कहाँ से आ गया, सब भूल जाते हैं. यहाँ पर नया आइडेंटिटी बनाकर और कुछ करते रहते हैं. मैं इंजीनियर हूँ, मैं डॉक्टर हूँ, मैं इंद्र हूँ, मैं चंद्र हूँ, मैं ये वो करके चलता रहता है समय. So this could be a kind of possibility that jiva comes to material world and stuck up here. of having forgotten who he is really. Somebody has to remind him. Spiritual master will come and remind, hey बेटा आप क्या कर रहे इधर, आपका पिताजी उधर ढूंढ रहे आपके लिए, चलो वापस घर चलो, बहुत दिन हो गया इधर आके, अब बंद करो, अब चलो वापस. That is the duty of a spiritual master. So like that.
Prabhuji, is there to come and
That I don't know. It's a simple curiosity. When you hear about something, you develop a curiosity to see, na? There is nothing new. It's like common thing. So in that way.
I wanted to know, out of the 14 elements, now we know here is Gyanendriya, Karmendriya, Buddhi, but where is the mind?
Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana, all these four are inside the heart. All these four are situated inside the heart only. That's why they are called as Antakaranas. They are inside the heart. That's why they are called Antakaranas. Piche se any questions? All of you are able to follow? Little louder.
In which particular time does our soul whether travel to heaven or hellish planets to pay to our karmas before going to another mother's womb? So what was that exact time?
It is simple. If we have done how now, for example, all of you are studying, BTech is over. If you want to go to US and want to do post-graduation there, what is the procedure? How can you go to US and do post-graduation in some of the I-20 colleges? What is the procedure? You have to write GRE, you have to get a good score, you have to apply for visa, you have to apply for admission and all. Then when all these things are done, you will go to US. Similarly, those who want to go to Swarga, they need to do certain things. When you have done all those things, when you are qualified to go there, you will go to Swarga. Same way, for any place, if at all you want to go, there should be desire and you should be doing what is necessary to go there. When you do all those things, one is qualified to go there. So this is the procedure.
Okay, I'm not asking about the procedure. Actually, what I'm asking is कि like दूसरे माता के गर्भ में प्रवेश करने से पहले हमने जो भी कर्म करा है तो उसको भुगतने के लिए हमें या तो स्वर्ग या फिर नरक जाना पड़ेगा ना?
That's what we get as per our desire and as per our karma. If we have done those activities which will take us to Swarga, we will go. Otherwise, if we have done activities which will not allow us to go to Swarga, but which will allow us only take birth here somewhere as a human being or some other species, immediately we take. So what was our desire, what were our activities? There are two ways our karma will come. There are some positive karma which is as per desire. There is some negative karma which is as per force. If we have done some negative karma, even though ना चाहते हुए उसका result forcefully will come to us. So something like that. ना चाहते हुए some पाप किया, उसका result forcefully it will come. So something like that. So karma अपना काम करते हैं, either positively or negatively. Wherever we are supposed to go, we'll go there and come back. Okay? Yeah.
One thing, when we go to the spiritual world, back to Krishna, at that time the consciousness is counted in the material, in the right now in the elements within the material world. So when we go back, consciousness also goes back to the solid state.
No, it is said that when Jiva goes to spiritual world, the Jiva develops a spiritual body which will have the spiritual counterparts in that spiritual body, Sachidananda body, which will have all the spiritual counterparts, spiritual senses. That will be entirely different. While we are in the material world, we have all these things, but we carry forward that impressions, what we were going through. Like Gopkumara told, na, what he was in different places. That impressions are there, but the instruments don't go along with him. The instruments are left behind here only.
Chetna is also left behind here completely.
In one sense, yeah.
And last thing, just what, like when we are practicing spiritual life to actually clean our Chetna. to elevate our Chetana higher than our Ahankar. So, I wanted to know what exactly is the dust on the mirror. Exactly what is the dust on the Chetana?
We will discuss tomorrow morning that. There is in the next part, second part is there na, in that will come, that time we will discuss. Yes, you have some question.
जैसे आपने बताया 14 elements they are only working behind
Yes.
we are only witnessing. So my question is कि फिर हम कैसे affected होते हैं हमारे कर्म से? कि हम connected हैं only चेतना से, तो हम कैसे affected होते हैं? चेतना comes from only महातत्व.
Yes, महातत्व ही चेतना.
Spiritual aspect. तो हम कैसे उस कर्म से connected होते हैं? But we are only witnessing. So how it is?
Yeah, good question. Now, there is one phrase comes in the Brahma Sutras, Vedanta Sutra. Anandamayo Abhyasat. The soul is always looking for Ananda. Even when the soul is inside this body, it is looking for Ananda. When we started acquiring this body, it is the body that promises us, don't worry, you stay in this body, I'll give you the Ananda. Whatever Ananda you are looking for, I'll try to give you. So this body is continuously trying to give us Ananda by doing various things. By eating, by walking, by sleeping, by traveling, by studying, every activity that we do, ultimately they are supposed to giving Ananda to spirit soul. But while doing all these activities, there are some activities are good, some activities are bad also. But all these activities are done for giving Ananda to soul. It is the soul who is responsible for all these activities. It is the soul who is supposed to bear the consequences of all the activities that are done in order to give Ananda to the soul. So in that way the soul becomes the whole and sole responsible person for everything being done by the body. Now, but under the supervision of soul, if Chetana is active, that Chetana will govern the entire body, go in a spiritual direction without doing any sinful activities and living in the favorable circumstances and doing everything bona fidely. If Chetana is not so active, Ahankara is active, there is a great chance of deviating from the Vedic rules and regulations and trying to do things the way we want. There is a great chance of getting bound by all our activities. That means Chetana is active means when there is no spiritual guidance, then as based on the material guidance, we try to do those things which bind us in the material world. When there is spiritual guidance, then there is a great chance that we will not be bound in spite of doing so many activities in this material world. So like that.
So how will own like this totally responsible for that? Because just because of desire, only desire to get Ananda, only for this.
Because as long as we are living in this body is ours. As of now, some of you are living in this place. This place is yours. Everything that happens in this place, you are held responsible. Yes or no?
Yes.
Even though the place is different from you, but if something happens in this place, you are held responsible because you are living in this place. You are accountable for it. Same way, the soul becomes accountable for everything that is being done by this body, because the soul currently residing in this body. Soul is the owner of this body. So in that way.
One more question. What is tattva? Not related to this one, like so many times there is a question कि भगवान को अगर तत्व से जान जाएंगे तो फिर हम मुक्त हो जाएंगे इस तरह से. तो what is tattva?
Tattva means philosophically understanding is true nature. That is called tattva. Not superficial understanding. A complete philosophical understanding is called tattva.
Any example?
Okay. Now, the superficial understanding of who are you I am an engineer. The philosophical understanding of who are you? Mamai Vamsho Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana. I am a living entity, a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And if you go one step ahead, if you are already practicing devotee, I may say that I am a devotee of so and so Lord, Krishna's devotee, Rama's devotee, something like that. That is my aspiration, to remain like that for the rest of eternity. So that is understanding Tattvataha. It is the understanding when you have complete realization. That is called Tattvataha. So right now we may say that in the center, in the primordial element, there is a nucleus, there is electron, proton, neutron, positron and all. Further only theory. But understanding Tattvataha means those scientists who have actually understood everything, they actually broke the element and are able to see that electron, neutron and positron, everything, that is called Tattvataha. What you are saying, you are able to see it, that is Tattvataha. You have realized it, that is Tattvataha. So in that. Right now we say that Lord Krishna is bluish complexion, he wears yellow garments, he actually has a flute, he has a peacock feather. So we are hearing and we are decorating the Lord like that. But the day Krishna comes in front of you and stands in front of you, when you see him, your understanding is Tattvataha. Then there is no difference what you have heard and what you are seeing. That is Tattvataha. So in that way.
Last question. My side.
Just give me 5 minutes, I'll just conclude. It's already 8 o'clock as per our schedule. So what till now we discussed little bit internal discussion, because all of you are students. I just thought of giving some insights about all these 24 elements. We saw that Maha Vishnu glancing upon Prakriti. As a result of that, Prakriti produced 24 elements. All these 24 elements are standing here and they don't know what to do. They are all there, 24, basically 14 servants are there, they don't know what to do. Then they offered prayers unto Maha Vishnu. My dear Lord, you have created all of us. Maybe for some seva must be there for all of us. Please engage us in your service. They are all offering prayers unto Maha Vishnu. Then Maha Vishnu engages them in some service. How? Maha Vishnu enters into each and every element and brings them together and combines them. From that combination, he manifests unlimited universes. Now 24 elements are created. It is like in your kitchen, you have so many 24 tins are there. In one tin, wheat powder is there. In one tin, jeera, haldi, ginger, chili, coriander, dhania patta, water, oil, ghee, like this are there. You mix all of them. Prepare 1 kg of dough. From that, you make some 20 teplas, 20-30 teplas. So basically what are you doing? You are taking all the ingredients, you are mixing them. From that mixture you are preparing some item. Same way, the Supreme Lord combining all the 24 elements, from that combination he created unlimited Brahmandas. So Brahmanda is basically a ball which has got empty space inside. Outside there are 7 coverings. The 7 coverings that are made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, Ahankara and Mahatattva. The outer layer is Mahatattva. The next layer is Ahankara, which will have mind, intelligence, karmendriyas, jnanayas, everything there in that level. The next 5 layers are made up of earth, water, fire, ether, which will have, earth will have fragrance, water will have taste, fire will have form, air will have touch, ether will have. Like this 24 elements are combined together. They are just like Pani Puri, all of you know. So like that. In under empty, Bahar there is only covering. And all these Brahmandas are floating in the Karal ocean. In which ocean Karanadaksha Vishnu is floating. He himself is also floating in the same Karan ocean. And along with him the same ocean, all these universes are floating. They were all floating for many years. Then in order to continue it further, Karanadaksha Vishnu expands as Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And he enters into each and every universe. Every universe के अंदर Garbhodaksha Vishnu प्रवेश करते. Our universe, It is actually a dark universe. Inside nothing was there. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu came into our universe. When he came, it is completely dark. There is nothing is there. He wanted to take rest. So what he did? From his own transcendental body, he created water and ether. The water occupied lower 50% and ether occupied upper 50%. Then he went inside the Garbhodaka ocean to take rest. He went inside and taking rest within the waters of Garbhodaka ocean. Then, in due course of time, he wanted to continue the creation, progress the creation. Then, what he did? He looked into his own abdomen. Then from his navel there comes a beautiful lotus. Here is the lotus. When Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who want to continue the nature of continue the further proceedings of the creation, he looks into his own abdomen. From his abdomen comes a beautiful lotus. The lotus came out of the water. It has got three components: a leaf, a stem, and flower. Now the lotus is also not able to do anything. Then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu expands himself as Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, enters into the same lotus. Then immediately on top of that, Brahma appears. Brahma is born. So like this, the things are happening one after the other by the interaction of all these personalities. So when Brahma appeared, he tries to understand, who am I? Where am I? What is this lotus? What is this water? In sabka srot kaun hai? He was trying to understand the source of the lotus and himself for 100 years. He could not find. Then he hears two letters, tapa, tapa. Then he understood that he needed to perform tapasya. He performed tapasya for 1000 years. Then he had the darshan of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. He offers wonderful prayers unto Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So, which are there in the 3rd canto 9th chapter, which also we call today as Brahma Samhita prayers. After the prayers are over, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu says, my dear Brahma, don't worry, you perform tapasya once again. What you are supposed to do will be visible to you within your heart. When you know what you are supposed to do, you can happily do it. Lord gives him what he is supposed to do. He gives him assurance. Then Brahma meditates for some more years. Then he sees what he is supposed to do. So based on that information, he does so many things afterwards. First of all, what he did? He divided this lotus into 3 parts. He thought that this universe is made up of 3 modes: Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Let me have 3 divisions. Sattva-guna people will stay in the upper part. Rajoguna people will stay in the medium part. Tamoguna people will stay in the lower part. But then he thought, see, 3 are fine, but there will be a combination of 3 modes also. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, combination can be there. 90, 10, 95, 5, 50, 25, 25, or 25, 50, 25, 25, 25, 50. That kind of combination can be there. Like that, he divided the entire lotus into 14 divisions. So that in different combinations and permutations, different variety of living entities can stay throughout these 14 planetary systems. Then Brahma does the manifestation of the physical forms for the different variety of living entities who are supposed to stay in different lokas, in all these 14 lokas. That is all Brahma's service, which he does subsequently. That is called secondary creation. But in between these two, while manifesting this lotus and also while manifesting Lord Brahma along with Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, Lord Vishnu also creates a universal form. Universal form means the universal management system. Just like for our body, there is a management system. How in coordination with each other, the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, mind, intelligence, Ahankara are functioning and doing all the activities. Like this, in the entire universe, there are 14 departments. The 14 departments are called as universal form. You might be hearing that Virat Rupa, universal form. It is nothing but the management system that is happening in the entire universe. I'll simply give you an example. For a temple, we have various departments. What are the different departments that can be there in a temple? These are the different, some principal departments. DT department, kitchen department, guest department, construction department, website, media department, admin and accounts departments. So different departments are there. And every department is functioning for the pleasure of their lordships, who is the center of the entire temple. Okay? But in every department we have people who will be taking care of the responsibilities. So Bhagavatam explains the universal form as the 14 departments. There are 14 departments and which are running under the supervision of 14 important devatas, and there are sub-devatas who are assisting them doing all these activities. But once in a year, okay, on the occasion of the birthday of the Guru Maharaj, all the department in charges come together and they give a photograph. They celebrate the birthday of the leader of the temple, then they give for a photograph. So the whatever photograph we have, that photograph is the universal form of Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita also we have universal form. In that universal form there is Vishnu in the middle. Along with him there is Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, Agni Devatas, Marut Devatas, Dit Devatas, Devatas, who are all assisting him in maintaining the universe. They are all there in the photo. That is Bhagavad Gita universal form. And their services are Bhagavatam universal form. How do they manage the entire universe? So this is how the universe is functioning. It is the universal form which is maintaining the entire universe. So this is the concept which is being explained in the entire Bhagavatam. See, this is how the Brahma first divided this into 3 parts. Then he divided into 14 parts. These are the 14 lokas which are there within our universe. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Svargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatal, Rasatal, Patal. So tomorrow we will discuss how these 14 lokas are filled with different variety of living entities. Who stays where, why they are staying there, and what they would do, etc. etc. Some basic things we will discuss tomorrow. Yeah, we'll stop here for today. We have discussed so many things. It may be too much for all of you to digest all these things at one go. But what I am trying to do is, I am trying to give some information. So later on in future, who are interested to delve more into it, you can read 3rd canto and 2nd canto Bhagavatam. You can understand all these things. May not be directly as it is, but if you go deeper, you will understand all these things. So, yeah. Any questions? We'll stop here. Okay. It's already 8. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.